is not laziness. It's not a lack of social skills. It is not being antisocial, as some people say. It is something far deeper, spiritual and silent. It is an inner calling, a calling that only those who carry a spiritual mark are able to feel. From an early age, you sensed that there was something different about the way you exist. While other people moved easily through the world, you often felt weighed down, drained, as if every place carried a vibration you needed to interpret, manage, and protect yourself from. And maybe you never said this out loud, but simply opening the door to leave the house already demanded an energy that no one around you seemed to spend. And no, this does not make you weak. On the contrary, it makes you sensitive. And sensitivity is the first sign of someone who has been set apart, chosen, and prepared to see what others cannot see. If this message resonated with your spirit, take a moment to like this video and follow the channel, because more messages like this are being released for those who were chosen to walk deeper, see clearer, and live aligned with their true calling. Your home has never been just a physical space to you. It has always functioned as an invisible temple, a refuge where your soul can finally breathe. When you are inside your home, it feels as if the world stops shouting. Silence speaks to you louder than 1,000 conversations. The walls seem to protect you from something you cannot always explain, but you feel it deeply. And it is there in the middle of that silence that you receive your greatest insights. It is there that you understand things others will only realize years later. It is there that the pieces fall into place, that intuition speaks loudly, that the spiritual realm communicates with you. Withdrawal was never an escape. It was always preparation. The people around you may not understand this way of being, and that is okay. The truth is, you were not born to lose yourself in the crowd. You were born to hear what most people ignore. And it is within the protected environment of your home that you're able to feel God, the universe, the unseen, in a way only the chosen can feel. That is why, before any judgment, it is important to recognize this truth. The chosen one does not stay home because they fear the world. They avoid the world because there is something higher within them, an inner calling, a subtle command that says, stay, observe, understand, prepare. And that is exactly what we are going to explore in this video. The deep truth behind your withdrawal, the spiritual reason that pulls you away from the world so that later you can be sent back into it with purpose. Before we continue, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. I feel this calling. Now that you understand the inner calling that makes you prefer staying at home, we need to talk about something almost no one sees, but you feel every single day: your spiritual sensitivity. Chosen ones do not walk through the world like ordinary people. Where others see a busy street, you feel a weight in the air. Where others see a group of people talking, you perceive intentions, vibrations, micro-expressions, things no one taught you, but that you simply pick up. It is as if your spirit has invisible antennas that never turn off. And maybe you never recognized this as a gift. Maybe you thought it was anxiety, exhaustion, or shyness. But it is not. This is spiritual sensitivity. This is heightened perception. This is what separates someone who was chosen from someone who simply lives on autopilot. When you leave home, the world feels louder to you than it does to anyone else. And I am not talking only about physical noise, but energetic noise. That feeling of being in a place and suddenly sensing that something is wrong. That pressure in the air that others never notice, but you feel instantly. That tightness in your chest when someone carrying heavy energy comes too close. That unexplainable exhaustion after spending only a short time in crowded places. It is as if every external vibration tries to enter you, and no matter how hard you try, you cannot turn this perception off. While other people simply pass through, you absorb. While others talk without thinking, you read the soul. You identify falseness. You sense hidden intentions. This ability is powerful, but it is also exhausting, and that is exactly why your home becomes even more important. Your home functions as a filter, a recharging station, a shield. When you are in your own space, energies finally realign, the air feels lighter, your thoughts become clearer, your body relaxes, your mind stops picking up what it was never meant to carry. Deep down, you know that outside you are constantly being affected, constantly feeling too much, constantly perceiving what no one else perceives. And this is not a flaw. This is the sensitivity of an elevated soul. It is a sign that you see beyond, a sign that you carry a greater mission, and because of that, the world affects you differently. The chosen one feels what others ignore and pays a price for it. But this sensitivity is also one of the greatest proofs that you are not ordinary. As you move forward on your spiritual journey, something inevitable happens. You begin to awaken. And when a chosen one awakens, they change, not only internally, but in the way they see the world, in how they feel people, in how they perceive life around them. Suddenly, what once felt normal starts to bother you. Empty conversations you once tolerated now drain you. Environments you used to attend out of obligation begin to suffocate you. People you once called friends no longer resonate with your energy, and you cannot clearly explain when this shift began. You only know that one day you realized it. You no longer fit. It is as if something within you has been activated, a new awareness, a clarity that allows you to see through masks, beyond intentions, and behind words. And the most curious part is that when you begin to see what is hidden, you also begin to step away. It is not a choice, it is a consequence. Awakening creates a natural distance, not because you believe you are better, but because your vibration no longer matches the environments that once embraced you. And the more you awaken, the more you notice patterns, manipulation, dense energies, and behaviors that no longer belong to your frequency. That is why leaving home becomes such a draining process. Not because you dislike people, but because you see too much, feel too much, and perceive too much. While others live on autopilot, you see the truth behind situations. And truth, once revealed, creates distance. The chosen one does not withdraw because they want to. They withdraw because their soul can no longer endure environments that do not align with who they are becoming. Inside your home, this conflict disappears. There, you do not need to pretend. You do not need to dim your light to be accepted. You do not need to lower your vibration to fit in. Your home becomes the one place where your soul can simply be. The chosen one feels at peace at home because it is the only place where their expanded consciousness does not become a burden. Isolation is not loneliness, and distance is not rejection. They are natural results of spiritual growth. As awareness expands, the chosen one moves away from what no longer aligns and closer to their true purpose. Their mind works differently. While most people live on autopilot, the chosen one is constantly observing, analyzing and sensing subtle energies and intentions. This heightened perception creates mental and spiritual exhaustion in crowded or disconnected environments. Staying home is not avoidance, it is mental rest and energetic recovery. Outside, the mind enters a state of hypervigilance, scanning people, spaces, and vibrations. Inside the home, that noise fades. The mind slows, the spirit relaxes, and the need to constantly interpret the world disappears. The chosen one also feels more deeply. Nothing is superficial, and the world often feels too shallow for their intensity. Leaving home requires an effort others cannot understand, while being at home restores balance and peace. This heightened perception acts like an inner radar, spiritual discernment that senses heavy energy, hidden intentions and danger before it appears. It is not fear or imagination, but divine protection. That is why the home becomes a refuge, a place where the spirit can lower its guard, recharge, and remain safe. Chosen ones sense spiritual disturbances before they appear in the physical world. Feelings of heaviness, sudden exhaustion, or unexplained discomfort are not random. They are warnings from the spirit that an energy, place, or person is misaligned. While others ignore these signals, the chosen cannot, because their sensitivity and purpose demand awareness. Retreating into one's own space is not fear or isolation, but spiritual wisdom and self-protection. Not every energy deserves access, and home becomes a sacred shield given by God. It is not just a place to live, but part of the mission, a space where the spirit rests from invisible battles and the soul is restored. When the chosen one enters their home, the atmosphere shifts, the mind quiets, the spirit relaxes, and energy realigns. Home becomes a place of prayer, silence, healing, and clarity, where intuition flows freely and burdens are released. All chosen ones follow a spiritual pattern. Before being sent into the world, they pass through seasons of isolation. This isolation is not a mistake or punishment, but preparation. It is a time of shaping, refining, and strengthening, when growth, healing, and revelation happen in silence. During these periods, nothing seems to flow socially or externally, because an inner force holds the chosen one back, signaling, "Not yet." Isolation acts as a spiritual incubator, expanding awareness, polishing sensitivity, and aligning the soul with its future mission. This process cannot be rushed and only ends when purpose calls. When that call arrives, it is unmistakable. What once felt like exhaustion becomes courage, withdrawal turns into movement, and silence becomes voice. Until then, isolation is necessary. It is construction, not loneliness. The deeper truth is that the world is often not ready for the light the chosen one carries. Their presence alone affects environments, awakens others, and exposes hidden things. Reactions are not personal, but energetic, light confronting shadow. This intensity explains why chosen ones feel out of place, prefer solitude, and sense that their presence naturally transforms the spaces they enter. Spiritual, sensitive, but here is the most important part. The fact that the world is not yet ready does not mean it never will be. There comes a moment in the journey of every chosen one when God says, now you will go out, now you will illuminate. And when that moment arrives, you do not feel fear, you feel purpose. You do not feel hesitation, you feel direction. You do not step out to blend in, you step out to transform.